video discussion with Anurukumara Disanayake and the managing director of the IMF with himself. The President responded to the queries raised by intellectuals and businessmen at the forum. One of the attendees said that the President is skillful in promoting tourism, and he said that the Hulugala tank has been blocked with silt. The President said that necessary measures will be taken to remove the silt and construct the tank. And also he said that he is the first President from Vanni Hatpattu. The attendee said that he would like to understand your approach to overcoming the challenges posed by the current compass on national people's power. The President said that a compass finds its direction using a magnet, and if the magnet is flawed, the compass will point in the wrong direction. That is exactly what has occurred. Deputy Leader of United National Party Akhil Viraj Karyawasam and public representatives were present at this occasion.
Presidential candidate of the Samagi Janabalawege Sajith Premadasa says that mastermind of the Easter Sunday attack will be punished disregarding the social status. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa made these remarks when he met His Eminence Archbishop Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit today. He added that he will support to carry out proper judicial process to grant concessions of the victims of the Easter Sunday attacks. He stresses that the legal system in the country will be empowered with implementing suitable legal measures. A public rally organized by the Samagi Janabalawege for their election victory was held yesterday in Kuliyapitiya town. It was held under the patronage of presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa and senior representatives of the party, and many party activists were present at this rally. Parliamentarian Nalin Bandara said that Anurukumara is not a skilled politician. He said that he held the largest Ministry of Agriculture during Chandrika Bandaranaike's period, and he has said that Anurukumara only held the ministerial portfolio for 14 months. He said that Anurukumara left the ministry without completing any single significant project. He further said that he himself, as a deputy minister in 2018, started Bengiria export processing zone in an area of 1,000 acres, and he said that it is still functioning and they are for well-being of the people. Former Minister Upali P.S. said that poverty alleviation program initiated by President Premadasa was stopped halfway due to his demise. He said that now under Sajith Premadasa, his program will be recommenced. He said therefore all leaders of the UNP to join hands with the SJB to form a strong government, and he said that under Sajith Premadasa's rule, factories will be started throughout the island.
මේ අවස්ථාවේ තමුන්නාන්සේලාගේ සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය දෙන්න ඒ වගේම නොයෙකුත් පක්ෂ වලින් අපිට සහයෝගය දෙන්න ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා වෙනත් පක්ෂවල අය අපි සියලු දෙනාම එකතු වෙලා මේ රට හදන්න සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා ගෙන යන සටනට කර්මාන්තශාල ආව කුලියපිටියට වගේම මුළු ලංකාවටම ඒ යුගය නැවත මුළු ලංකාව පුරා ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීමට සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා ගෙන යන වැඩසටහනට අපි සියලු දෙනාම එක හඬින් අපි කටයුතු කරමු. දන්නවා පරාජය කියලා.
Parliamentarian Sirijan Sekara said that Ranil Wickremesinghe knows that he will be defeated in this election. He said that at first he attempted to take Namal Rajapaksa over the wire bridge and dropped him into the river in the middle. He said that then he took Anurukumara Disanayake onto his shoulders and taking forward. He said that this is not a time for the country to have experiments in economic system. He said that Sajith Premadasa has the best team to revitalize the economy. He said that therefore we all should work with Sajith Premadasa. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that people should take a clear decision whether to vote for Ranil Wickremesinghe and Anurukumara Disanayake couple or to the SJB that definitively build up the country. He said that people of the country are suffering immensely at present. He said that all factories have been closed, malnutrition among the children and mothers is increasing. Sajith Premadasa said therefore the SJB is ready to restart the development era. He said that under SJB government a sum of 20,000 rupees will be paid monthly to poor families for a period of 2 years. He added that 1 million new entrepreneurship opportunities will be created for the benefit of the young generation.
කුලියාපිටිය බල ප්‍රදේශයේ කේන්ද්‍ර කරගෙන නිර්මාණය වී තිබෙන රණසිංහ ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා ආරම්භ කරපු වයඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය තව දුරටත් වැඩි දියුණු කරනවායි කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. එසේනම් වයඹ පුරවරය කේන්ද්‍ර කරගෙන අපි ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට ඇදී පැහැදී සිටින අපේ සංවර්ධන යුගය අපේ සංවර්ධන වැඩපිළිවෙල ජයග්‍රහණය කරවන්නට ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම අත්වැල් බැඳගන්න නියත වශයෙන්ම ගම්මුදාව උපත ලැබපු කුරුණෑගල දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ අපි දුරකථනය සමගි ජන බලවේගය ජයග්‍රහණය කරනවාමයි කියන එක මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා.
Presidential candidate of the National People's Power, Andrukumar Dissanayake, says that the strongest rule in the history of the country will be formed under the National People's Power. He made these remarks addressing a public rally held in Kurunegala yesterday. This rally was held to secure the victory of presidential candidate of the National People's Power, Andrukumar Dissanayake. He further said that a people-friendly government will be formed with the support of the people who do not even vote for the National People's Power. Presidential candidate Andrukumar Dissanayake says that their opponents have been disturbed in an unprecedented manner. He said that they are now conspiring to sling mud against the NPP within the next 10 days. He also said that the opponents have pumped a large sum of funds for this campaign. The NPP tells them that their money will be wasted in vain, and he also said that the NPP's election propaganda movement is mainly carried out by the people who gather around us. He said that the general public are keen on securing the victory for the NPP. Presidential candidate Andrukumar Dissanayake said that under an NPP rule, ugly political culture of harassing the defeated will be changed totally. He also said that the strongest government will be formed in Sri Lanka, and after the NPP candidates win, the people who do not vote for us will also fail to help and support us. Therefore, he said that after the 21st of this month, the strongest and most humanitarian rule will be established in the country.
ජාතික ජන බලවේගය ආරම්භ කරන්නේ මේ රට ලෝක ඉස්සර ලැජ්ජාවට පත් වුණ ඇති අපේ රට ලෝක ඉස්සර අපකීර්තියට පත් වුණ ඇති අපේ රටේ ජනතාව දුක් විඳ ඇති මේකේ මුදුව මේක කොතනකරි කෙලවරක් තියෙන්න ඕන ඒ කෙලවරේ ආරම්භය තමයි සැප්තැම්බර් මාසේ 21 වෙනිදා මේ වෙනස දියත් කිරීම සඳහා අපි කටයුතු කරනවා ලංකාවේ වැඩියෙන්ම
Nama Karnaratne of the National People's Power said that Kurunegala is the district that has the highest number of irrigational tanks. He said that however in the yellow season farmers in the Kurunegala district cultivate the least amount of paddy lands. Therefore, under the NPP government, the water shortage of the district will be solved. And he also said that there's an ADB-funded irrigational scheme to supply water to over 200 irrigational tanks. This scheme has ended up in a failure due to influence of corrupted politicians. The NPP government will conduct an intensive investigation into this racket, and all the relevant corrupted politicians will be brought to book. He said that the NPP government will complete this stalled irrigation scheme for the benefit of the farming community.
අවසන් කිරීමේ අධිකරණයට අපි මේක අරගෙන යනවායි කියන කාරණේ මේ වෙලාවේ මතක් කරනවා.
Another rally to support presidential candidate Andrukumar Dissanayake was held in Kegalle town yesterday.
Andrukumar Dissanayake sahodharaya.
Veteran lyricist Ratnasri Vijay Singh said that Andrukumar Dissanayake will become the leader of this country with equal fraternity to all ethnic and religious groups. Citing a poem written by him in 1989, he said that a herd of wild fowls have encroached the chain of the farmer and asked his wife to strengthen the fence to save their harvest. He said that in this same manner, a herd of corrupted politicians have encroached the country and robbed the public wealth for over 76 years. He also said that corrupted political system will definitely end on the 21st of this month.
නිලි වැස්සයටින් කරල් හොරුන් රංචුව ඇවිදින්න නහුරුට කැවිල්ලා වැට කඩුල්ල අහුරමු මැණිකේ අතහවරණ වැට කඩුල්ල අහුරමු අපි නැත්තම් මොකද වෙන්නේ 89 විතර ඔක මං ලිව්වේ මේ හොරු වෙනවට කඩුල්ල වහන්න කියලා කිව්වේ ඉතර ඉස්සර හැබැයි ඒක වැහුන්නේ නැහැ තාමත් හොරු වෙනවා අවුරුදු 76ක් බව හොරා කෑවා.
Presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuda Namal Rajapaksa says that salaries of state and private sector employees will be increased in line with the cost of living in the country. He said that this party has the responsibility of implementing conducive political, economic and social policies in the country. He made these remarks addressing a Sri Lanka Potujana Peramuna public rally held in Girithale in Polonnaruwa yesterday. Party activists and several others were present at this occasion. Presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa said that they built the village, but he said that the rural development activities in the country were halted after 2015. He said that the people were inflicted with the fear over the country's security. He said that COVID-19 global pandemic affected the country during the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's regime and they faced the challenge positively. He said that the Prime Minister of Bangladesh was also appointed at the same period and they never faced an economic crisis. He said that some of the factories of the country were shifted to Bangladesh during this period. He said that the Bangladesh is at present, and he said that the only change is President Gotabaya Rajapaksa prioritized the nation over the government. Therefore, he said that they managed to stabilize the nation, which led to economic stability. He said that if people-friendly social and economic policies are not being implemented, then they have a responsibility to implement these policies. He said that when considering certain manifestos, political candidates are making promises which are second to none. He also said that price of goods are also declining as the election is looming in. He said that these intelligent political leaders have taken people for granted. He said that they should engage in politics with a practical sense. He said that the salaries of public sector employees should be increased and minimum wage in private sectors should be increased, but these increments should be given in comparison to the inflation. He said that the increasing salaries in every 6 months is a false promise. He said that they will increase the salaries of the public and private sectors against the inflation. Venerable Ittakande Sadati Sutera said that certain supporters are waiting to launch attacks on the houses of others after the election. He said that they are unable to, not willing to earn and continue to depend on others. He said that the NPP has distorted the minds of the youth. Parliamentarian Tissa Kuttiarachchi said that there are only 4 main candidates at this election. He said that the President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Sajith Premadasa and Anuruddha Kumar Dissanayake are incapable of ensuring the national security. He said that the only candidate who claims the policies, wars and land rights under the 13th Amendment will not be given away is presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa. Parliamentarian Johnston Fernando said that 40% of the vote base in the country are SLPP supporters and they will vote for the presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa. He said that the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa managed to gain 6.9 billion votes in the country with the support of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. He said that the only candidate with a 4 million vote base in the country is Namal Rajapaksa. Parliamentarian Siripala Gramlath said that the presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa is the splitting image of his father, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. He said that the presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa has more energy, knowledge and intelligence than his father.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that every candidate must present a clear and actionable economic policy aiming at advancing the country. The President urged the public to not entrust their future to leaders who rely on slogans. He made his remarks during a meeting held with professionals and businessmen from the Anuradhapura district today. The President encouraged citizens to engage thoughtfully and seek recent answers about the issues impacting their future, following the advice of Buddha. The event aimed at garnering support for the President's re-election saw a significant turnout of professionals and business leaders. One of the attendees said that during the election campaigns there are discussions about stopping corruption and recovering stolen assets. He inquired whether it is illegally permissible for a state leader to take such actions outside judicial process. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that to those making these accusations, he suggests they ask GRPs how to apprehend thieves. If further assistance is needed, he said that they can consult Narak Gudaheva, who can tell them where the thieves are. Minister Ali Sabri said that presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa has claimed that he will request the rich around the world to take over 10,126 schools in the country. He said that under this concept, Elon Musk will have to come and take over school. State Minister Shahan Singh said that political parties are claiming that corruption has to be stopped and stolen assets will be recovered. While agreeing with the statement, the State Minister pointed out the need for relevant legal provisions and procedures to proceed ahead with such initiatives. He said that the legal provisions required in this regard were formulated during the government led by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Sajid Premadasa promises everything for free, but such promises lack practical feasibility. He has failed to present a coherent budget, and Harsha De Silva's economic plan appears contradictory.
State Minister Vadivil Suresh says that the Wage Control Board has already given approval to pay a daily wage of 1,350 rupees to state workers. He made these remarks at a discussion held at the Ministry of Labour to inform the people regarding the daily wages of state workers. State Minister Vadivil Suresh said that the Wage Board has a responsibility to finalise the basic salary of 1,350 rupees. He said that the ETF, EPF and gratuity of 202 rupees will be added to this basic salary. Accordingly, he said that each worker will receive a daily wage of 1,552 rupees. He said that this will not be limited to tea but will be applicable for rubber, palm tree and coconut cultivations. He said that those who work beyond these duty hours should be paid for overtime for as well as provided with bonuses. He said that this is the responsibility of the trade unions and companies to accomplish this right. He said that after the 21st, through the Labour Ministry, necessary officers will be appointed at the district and divisional levels to oversee the implementation of this policy move.
10 accepted political parties and 2 independent groups have placed cash deposits for the LPTA Pradeshya Sabha polls. Accepting cash deposits for the polls ended at 12 noon today. Accordingly, Janasetta Peramuna, Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Samagijana Balavegya, Podujana Exat Peramuna, Podujana Exat Nidhas Sandhaniya, Sri Lanka Communist Party, National People's Power and Democratic People's Congress have placed the cash deposits. National People's Party, Second Generation Party and 2 other independent groups have also placed cash deposits. According to data from Bangladesh Power Development Board, the power generation shortfall hit nearly 2,000 megawatts yesterday, the highest in recent weeks.
And meanwhile, amidst worker unrest and insecurity in industrial sector, entrepreneurs and bankers have urged the new administration to focus on rebuilding confidence of the economy. From this month onwards, Power Development Board has started generating up to 13,900 megawatts of electricity a day against the highest demand of 16,200 megawatts, which is much higher than the previous month's average. Last month, the demand was 14,000 megawatts to 14,500 megawatts, and meanwhile, Bangladesh entrepreneurs and bankers have urged the new administration to focus on rebuilding confidence in the economy. Business suffered heavily because of street protests and internet blackouts, with production disrupted and shipments delayed during the anti-discrimination student movement that toppled the Sheikh Hasina government on the 5th of August. The political turmoil in Bangladesh has significantly impacted the economy, eroding the confidence of both domestic and international investors.
Sita Arampula has been appointed as the State Minister of Health, Women and Child Affairs. This appointment has been made by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. This portfolio has been given to her in addition to the State Minister of Health position she held.
And meanwhile, moving on to more local stories, presidential candidate Dilip Javed says that the opportunity has been created and present to have a change expected by the youth, intellectuals and all who are loyal to the country. He made these remarks addressing a public rally held in Kantale yesterday. Presidential candidate Dilip Javed said that a program titled Power of the Mind will be implemented instead of Aswasuba program. He said that the aim is to increase the income of poor families up to 100,000 rupees in each household. He said that the target is also arranged to end corruption in the country. He said that this will help to create the change expected by youth, intellectuals and the people. He said that the existing corrupted political system will be abolished, and he said that all politics that have kept the people under poverty for a long period of time can be ended with the support of the people. people of the upcoming presidential election. He said that the people can vote for the star symbol to have a rich country.
ඔබව මේ දුප්පත් ගමේම තියාගත්ත ඒ පරණ දේශපාලනය අවසන් කරන්නට ඔබට අවස්ථාවක් ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. ඔබ තරු කරන වැඩපිළිවෙලයි මෙවර මේ තරුව ලෙස ඒ තරුව වෙනුවෙන් මම ඇවිල්ලා තිබෙනවා.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that if Sajid or Andhra comes to power, the economy of the country will collapse again. He made these remarks participating at a public rally held at Tirukkovil in Ampara today. This rally has been organised to secure the victory of independent presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe. A large crowd has gathered at this rally. Presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe said that agriculture modernisation should be introduced to export food to the rest of the world and to renew the economy of the country. He said that a digital economy, tourism, investment zone in Trincomalee will lead to the growth in this region. He also said that the future of the country should be ensured for the youth and that the youth in the country should have the confidence that the country will be further improved in another 20 years. He said that both Anur and Sajid are not capable as they only are capable in talking. He also said that the economy will be collapsed again if they come to power.
Presidential candidate Janaka Ratnayaka says that under his government, import of vehicles will recommence within a period of 6 months or 1 year. He made these remarks while engaging in propaganda activities in the Gampaha area. Presidential candidate Janaka Ratnayaka said that people are fed up of the 76 years of politics in the country as these political leaders have not provided effective solutions for these issues. He said that the people will vote at the presidential election in an unexpected manner. He said that even though some entities have organized rallies and campaigns, they are doubtful about the voting behavior and attitude of the people. He said that the people should use their vote intelligently and not to be deceived by false promises and elect a president who is capable in handling the economy. Presidential candidate Janaka Ratnayaka said that he is the most suitable option for the presidency in the country. He said that under his government he will introduce a deep methodology and necessary measures to import vehicles to the country within a period of 1 year.
අවුරුද්දක් ඇතුළත නැවතත් වාහන ගෙන්වීමට යම්කිසි ක්‍රමවේදයක් සකසා දීලා වාහන ගෙන්වීමට අවශ්‍ය ඒ පියවර ගැනීමට ක්‍රමවේදයක් හදන
The 16th program of the presidential candidates press briefing series was held today with the participation of presidential candidate Dr. Lalit De Silva. He expressed his views at this press briefing. Presidential candidate Lalit De Silva said that the government should save up and earn money in order to repay the IMF and bilateral debts. He said that under his government, through cultivation, agri-products will be produced and lean towards exports. He pointed out the importance in reducing imports in the country, and also he said that they will not make any false promises. Former President R. Pemadasa commenced the Jana Survey program for the poverty-stricken people, but after 35 years they still remain poor. Therefore, he said that giving certain goods and services free of charge has no impact and proper investments have to be made for these communities. He also mentioned that they will invest on a solar project targeting low-income families.
තාමත් ඒගොල්ලෝ දුප්පත්. ඒ වුණා මේ නිකන් දෙන එකේ තේරුමක් නැහැ. අපි දෙන්න ඕනේ ඕන්ට ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙන ආයෝජනයක්. ඒ ආයෝජන තමයි වහලා දෙනවා අපිට. අපි සූර්ය පැනල් එකක් ගහනවා රජයේ මැදිහත් වෙලා විදුලිය නොමිලේ දෙනවා. අද හැම කෙනෙක්ම ගෙවල් 1500ක විදුලිය කපලා දෙනවා විදුලි බල ගෙවා ගන්න බැරුව. මොකද කාටවත් බෑ මේ තියෙන ආර්ථික අර්බුදයෙන් තමන්ගේ දෙකොන ගැට ගහ ගන්න.
Presidential candidate S.K. Bandaranaike says that his intention is to create a rich country. The required program for this purpose has been included in his election manifesto. He made these remarks at a press briefing held at the Government Information Department today. Presidential candidate S.K. Bandaranaike says that a policy manifesto has been introduced to build up a country and of a rich country. He said that 40 years ago the government's health service was carried out very efficiently. He said that now there are private medical services and many people are reluctant to get treatments from the government hospitals. He said that therefore we proposed a health insurance scheme for all to get treatment from private sector hospital.
රජයේ රෝහල් වලට ගොඩක් අය යන්න අකමැති. මොකද ඒ හේතුව අපි ඒක නිවැරදි කළ යුතුයි. ඊට අමතරව මම යෝජනා කරනවා හැම කෙනෙකුටම රජයේ මැදිහත් වෙලා හෝ සෞඛ්‍ය රක්ෂණ ක්‍රමයක්. හුඟක් රටවල තියෙනවා සෞඛ්‍ය රක්ෂණ ක්‍රමයක් තිබුණොත් තමයි ඒ රටේ ජනතාවට උවමනා නම් පෞද්ගලිකාංශේ නැතිනම් රජයේ රෝහල් වලට ගිහිල්ලා ප්‍රතිකාර ගත්තට රක්ෂණයෙන් එක ලැබෙන හින්දා රටට වෙන පාඩුව බර අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම රෝගීන්ට ඉතාම මනින් හොඳ බෙහෙත් නැත්නම් ප්‍රතිකර්ම කරගන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබෙනවා. ඒකින්ද මම යෝජනා කරනවා හැම පුද්ගලයෙකුටම සෞඛ්‍ය රක්ෂණයක් ලබා දිය යුතුයි.
Presidential candidate Nuwan Bobage says that the only movement that represents the suffering of people of the country is the Jana Aragala Sandhanaya. He made these remarks addressing a public meeting held in Monragala today. Presidential candidate Nuwan Bobage said that the poverty level in the country has increased to 30%. Despite organising various rallies while addressing various sectors and groups, the political candidates are yet to discuss about income inequality. He said that these political leaders have failed to address the system which has not provided an appropriate price for paddy harvests. During their political campaign, one aspect which they pointed out was removing the country from the IMF conditions with the intention to reduce the cost of living and tax burden from the public and safeguard the education and health sectors. He said that the only political movement which represents the party-ridden community in the country is the Jana Aragala Alliance.
මේ රටේ නිර්ප්‍රභු දුප්පත් දුක් විඳින පීඩිත ජනතාව නියෝජනය කරන එකම ව්‍යාපාරය ජන අරගල සන්ධානය පමණයි. ජන අරගල සන්ධානය පමණයි.
Presidential candidate Roshan Ranasinghe says that he will make a revolutionary change in the education sector and schools will commence from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Out of the extra time, 1.5 to 2 hours will be allocated for sports activities. Presidential candidate Roshan Ranasinghe said that with his educational revolution, schools will commence from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. He said that 1.5 hours or 2 hours will be separated for sporting activities, and he said that his aim is to merge the central government, the provincial schools, local government bodies and the ministries of health, education and sports to work together. He said that the Sports Act will be changed to stop corruption with the aim of creating a healthy new generation. He said that with regard to cricket, the recommendations of the KT Chitrasiri committee will be properly implemented.
එයට තවත් මේ ක්‍රීඩාවේ දූෂණ නවත්තන්න ඒ පනත සංශෝධනය කරන්න මා පනත මේ වෙනකොට සකස් කළා ඉවරයි. මා කළ වැඩපිළිවෙල තියෙනවා ඒක ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියන්න. ඒ තමයි ක්‍රීඩා නීතිය තවත් බලාත්මක කළා ක්‍රීඩා පනත ශක්තිමත් කිරීමත් ක්‍රිකට් සම්බන්ධී කේටි චිත්‍රසීතර මහත්මයාගේ ප්‍රධානත්වයෙන් මා පත් කළ කමිටුවෙන් මට ලබා දුන් කේටි චිත්‍රසිරි ඒ වාර්තාවේ කෙටුම්පත බලගැන්වීමේ කාර්ය කරනවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ පනතක් මගින් ඒ ක්‍රිකට් වල දූෂණ නවත්තන්න.
Stay tuned with international news after this break.
Kamuda machan prima kotumi fantamai.
දැන් සමහරක් විට එහෙ ගිහිල්ලා ක්‍රිකට් ගහන්න බැරි වුණොත් එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්නේ?
මම හිතම්ම ඉන්නේ ඕම නැෂනල් ටීම් ප්ලේ කරනවා කියලා. ඒ ඉස්කෝලේ ඕම හරි මම ගහනවා තමයි ඒ ටීම් එකට.
ක්‍රිකට් ගමට සෑමසන්ස් රාදාවකම උදැසන 11ට.
Welcome back with international stories. And Donald Trump and Kamala Harris met for the first time on the presidential debate stage in Philadelphia yesterday at night.
In a fiery 90 minutes, Kamala Harris frequently rattled the former president with personal attacks that challenged him and raised the temperature of this highly anticipated contest. Kamala Harris pointed at digs on the size of his rally crowds, his conduct during the Capitol riot, and on the officials who served in his administration, who have since become outspoken critics of his campaign, repeatedly left Trump on the back foot. The pattern for much of this debate was Harris goading his Republican rival into making extended defenses of his past conduct and comments. He gladly obliged, raising his voice at times and shaking his head. Kamala Harris stated that Americans should go to a Trump rally during an early question about immigration because they were illuminating. Snap polls suggest Kamala Harris won the debate, but Trump says afterwards that she was defeated decisively in the debate, with the election taking place on the 5th of November. Kamala Harris is slightly ahead in national opinion polls.
Introducing Prima Kottumi Korean Ramen. Let's fire it up.
And in your sports news tonight, Asia Football Championship 2027 qualifiers are currently underway at present.
Sri Lanka managed to win against Cambodia in the second round match, qualified for the third round. The match was held under 2 legs. Accordingly, the first match was ended in a draw. Hence, winning the second leg was crucial for both the sides to qualify for the next round. And the match, which was played in Cambodia, was an intense encounter between the two sides. Sri Lanka managed to score the first goal in the 38th minute. However, Cambodia was able to equalize in the 51st minute of the match. Accordingly, by the end of the first 90 minutes of the match, both sides had scored 1 goal each. And during extra time, Cambodia was able to secure a goal in the 99th minute. And Sri Lanka managed to equalize with a stunning goal at the 120th minute to draw the match. Then the match was decided with the penalty shot out, and accordingly Sri Lanka managed to win the penalty shootout 4-2. With this win, Sri Lanka qualified for the third round of the championship while advancing in the goal rankings from 201 to 200th position.
Introducing Prima Kottumi Korean Ramen. Let's fire it up. Fire it up.
And with that, we conclude tonight news. Do just tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita, signing off with Kasuni. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.
Sri Lanka, Leon Pereira.
இவ்வுலகில் பிறந்த நாம் அனைவரும் அதிர்ஷ்டசாலிகளே. ஆனால் எமக்கான அதிர்ஷ்டம் எப்போது எம்மை வந்து சேரும் என்பது யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. என்றாலும் கூட உங்களுக்கான அதிர்ஷ்ட வாய்ப்புகளை ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் வழங்குகின்ற